Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I hope you've all had a nice weekend and a nice week. It's been a nice sunny Sunday and we've got a fun song this evening which I'm really looking forward to, and it's been fun putting it together this afternoon. But yeah, I'm going to do a quick warm-up before we start singing. But yeah, nice to have you all here, and thanks for tuning in. So, if you're up for a little bit of a warm-up, let's start with some shaking it out. Hands, elbows, shoulders, and heads round, and into the legs as well. Great, and just shoulders round nice and slowly. Very good, and slowly back the other way as well. Good, and heads round. And slowly the other way too. Great, and then just give your jaws a little bit of a loosen up with a rub and a stretch. Very nice, and then take in a big breath through your nose and out through the mouth. And another big breath in through your nose, and this time breathing out slowly. Great, and one more big breath in, and this time out with a big sigh. Good. Let's do a little bit of singing. Can we do? Let's just do a and try and keep your head in the same position, so the only thing moving is the mechanism in your throat. 2, 3, 4. E and E, O and O, oo and oo. Great. I don't want to spend ages on the warm-up because it's the end of the day, so most people are probably pretty warmed up already, and I want to get stuck into the song. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. I hope you've had a nice week and you're ready for a bit of a sing. Tonight we're going to sing Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin, which loads and loads of people at the start of lockdown asked for. It's taken me a little while to get around to it, but here we are today, and it feels like the right day for it because the sun is shining and it's been a nice sunny weekend. And usually I teach in 4 parts. This is going to be in 4 parts as well, but I'm going to ask people to kind of learn all the parts because the whole thing is really simple and really repetitive. So the kind of funnest way to do it really is to jump between all the parts and have a go at all of them, so that you're taking in lots and lots of stuff and not just kind of stuck on one harmony part all the way through. But I'll teach everything as we go. Let me play a bit for you straight off the mark. So it goes a little bit like this. I'm sure loads of you know this song anyway, but it goes like this. And then etc, etc, etc. So it's going to be a fun one. And the first thing I'm going to teach is that very first riff that you heard, which is going to be in the soprano part. You can sing it any octave though, and it comes a few times, so it's worth learning. And it goes ho, oh, 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 oh. I'll do that one more time. And the whole thing is really kind of lazy, so you can kind of find your own way through it. Lots of slides, make it your own, put in any extra details you want to, but the tune goes oh, 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 oh. Let's have a go. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 oh. Then you kind of repeat that last bit, 'cause it goes whoa, whoa, oh, 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 and 1, oh, oh, and the last bit, oh, 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 oh. whole thing goes. Oh, 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 oh. And we do it again. 3, 4. Oh, 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 oh. I just remember that I've left out loads of details about what you need to do. If you're here for the first time, the only things you really need to know are underneath the video in the description box. You can find a link to the lyrics, and there are quite a lot of lyrics for the song today, so it's probably worth digging those out. And the other thing is, down the right hand side there's a chat window, so if you're logged into YouTube you can type messages to each other as we go, and then I can read them all back at the end. And it is nice to know who's here week on week, just so I know who's tuning in really, but also it's been nice to know that lots of the same people have been tuning in each week, so thanks if you are a regular attendee, and welcome if you're tuning in for the first time, which I know at least one person is. Yeah, I'll try and remember things like that for future, but yeah, let's get back to the singing. So that whole riff goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 oh. One more time. Oh, 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 oh. So I'm going to play that now with the track. And you'll hear, on the track it's up the octave, so if you're singing it up the octave it'll make sense. If you want to do it the octave I just sang it, that will work as well. Here it comes with the track after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the repeat it does the same thing, but there's an extra harmony on top. And the other thing I should have said is you can sing that phrase to any sound you like, basically whatever feels most natural. I'm doing it to a kind of ooh or an O, but if you want to do it to an R or kind of whatever suits your voice, is probably what you should go with. You know, Bobby McFerrin is an amazing vocalist, but also an amazing improviser, and I feel like lots of his music comes from, I suppose, intuition. So the kind of vowel sounds and different shapes and vocalizations he uses, I guess, are sort of what he feels. So that sort of should probably be our approach as well. So whatever feels right, that's what you should sing. And on the repeat, as I was saying, it does the same thing again, but with a higher harmony. So I'll play it for you first, and then I'll teach it to you. But it's pretty instinctive. So here comes what we just did one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here comes the higher harmony. So I'll break that down. It's exactly the same shape, just pitched higher. So instead of being oh, 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 this time it's oh, 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 oh. I'll do that one more time. Oh, 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 oh. Let's hear just those two phrases on their own, and this time try and sing the higher harmony on the repeat. Here it comes. So first time, everybody on the tune phrase, and then on the repeat, you can jump up to the higher harmony, or if it's too high, stay on the phrase you were doing before. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So tune or higher harmony here. With our bass and backings. So, let me teach you some of the other ingredients. This piece is pretty simple in lots of ways. I mean, there's a lot going on, it's quite intricate, but it's very repetitive, so all the phrases come multiple times, and the same progression goes all the way throughout. So the other parts you can hear in there are these kind of like offbeats, gada, 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 and there's two of them. I'll play them for you, so it goes jada, 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 jada. And that's the pattern. So it's a short phrase. So there's two parts there. I'll teach the higher one first, which goes jada, 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 jada. I'll do that one more time. So it's down, then up, then at the very end it goes up, down, up, down, up. So the whole thing goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Jada, 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 and then it repeats. So let's do that with, I'll play the other parts quietly, but sing that over the top. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jada, 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 jada. Jada, 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 jada. Repeat. Jada, 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 jada. You can probably hear, but the part underneath does exactly the same thing, moves in exactly the same places, just a little bit lower. So instead of jada, it's jada, 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 and then it repeats. Jada, 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 jada. So pick one of those two parts and we'll try and put that together. And again, I'll play those backing parts but quietly so we can hear the jada parts nice and clearly. So the lower one, jada, and the higher one, jada. And again, pick whatever vowel sound or vocalization feels right for you. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jada, 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 jada. Repeat. Jada, 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 jada. So there's a kind of building blocks really. That's where all the harmony is, all the chords, and yeah, I wouldn't sing one of those parts all the way through because it might get a bit boring, but fun to drop in and out of them as we go, so that you're kind of varying up what you're singing, because that runs throughout. So if ever you want to drop into one of those parts, they'll always be there. I'm going to do the same thing with the bass part now, and although it's very low, I'd encourage everybody to learn it whichever octave feels right, because again, it's quite a fun part, and it's sort of consistent throughout the whole thing, and it's very improvised. So kind of what I've recorded is just my version of it, but if you want to sing the bass line throughout, I would say kind of find your own way a little bit and don't feel totally tied to what I've recorded. If you know, if there are places where you feel like adding in anything or taking anything away, do. That's totally the idea. In the Bobby McFerrin recording of it, he never sings the bass line the same twice, so every repeat has a slight variation, which keeps the whole thing sounding really lively and interesting and much more fun. So I'll play you what I've recorded. It goes, let me just check I've got the right part turned up. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 2, do a do. Down, what do it a day? Take it what a day, do what day, a day, a day, oh. Do a do, do what a day.
So again, I'm kind of just making up whatever feels right in terms of the words, but the notes go.
I'll
I'll do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1,
2, 3, 4. And again, if you want to change the rhythms or the vowel sounds, whatever you want, then the really low bit, which I can barely sing. I'll try it one more time. After 2 and 1, 2. So that last phrase is fun. That's the bit that kind of links the whole thing back together. And it goes. Let's just try that. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So the whole thing goes and.
3, 2, 3, down. 3, do it a day. Do you better do 3 dum 3 da dum ba 3 da da dum.
Or whatever variation you want to do on that. I'm just going to leave that running for a couple of times so you can sing along with it, and I'll play the other parts really quietly in the background, but I like to sing along with the bass part and just find your own variations. I'm going to sing along as well, so I'll be varying from whatever I've recorded, and we'll just build up a few different versions of it. Here it comes. I'll sing it up the octave actually so you can hear those low notes a bit more clearly because they're slightly falling out of my range. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. Ya do it a way, oh. Ya do it a way. Yappity, yappity, ya do do. Wow. Do up do a day. Till you better way. Yappity, yappity, ya.
Last time.
Do up do wow. Day, do it a day. Do it a day. Yappity, yappity, do. Do a do wow. Do a day. Tell you what I do. Till yappity, yappity, do.
Etc, etc, etc. So those are our core ingredients which build up the whole thing, and everything else bounces off those. I'm going to put them all together one more time so you can just hear everything going, and then I'll teach you the verses. And then we're pretty much there, we can start piecing it together. But like I said earlier, this piece is most fun if you really play around with it in the way that Bobby McFerrin would. So don't feel tied to anything I've taught you. They're purely kind of building blocks for you to throw your own stuff on. So yeah, feel free to ad-lib anything and kind of play around with all of these ideas. I'll just play that section one more time so you can hear all of those ingredients together as they should be now that you know what's coming. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're into into our verse sections. So, for the verse sections, I'm going to suggest everybody jumps on the tune, although if you want to keep going one of those backing parts, obviously you're totally free to do so. But for now, let's all sing a bit of the tune. So the tune goes, and just a reminder, there's quite a lot of words for this one, so if you want the words, they're in the description box under the video. You should find a link to them. And verse 1 goes,
Here's a little song I wrote.
you might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. And that kind of structure is the same for all of these verses, and a bit like everything else I've said, they're really free, really ad-libbed, so don't feel at all tied to whatever I'm teaching. The rough tune is what I just did, but it varies a little bit verse to verse anyway. I'll do it one more time. It goes 1, 2. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. Or you can do it up the octave if you want. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. And then same idea for the second half. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. I'm going to do it over the bass line so you can hear how it all pieces together. Here it comes. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. And then we're back into those riffs. So those riffs kind of bookend or like bridge between every one of these verses. So it always goes from that riff into the verse. Let's have a go at this. Oh, sorry, let's do that one more time. It's pretty fresh. So straight in, here's a little song I wrote. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Back into the chorus. Then breaking into the harmony part. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed, but don't worry, be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate, but don't worry, be happy now. So let's break down that second verse. Really similar, just a couple of phrases fit a little bit differently. So we've got, ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed, but don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate, but don't worry, be happy now. And always with those lines you can do whatever you want, whatever fits. Let's do the second verse. Here it comes. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed, but don't worry, be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate, but don't worry, be be happy now. Into our chorus. Into the harmony. Verse 3. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got nobody to make you smile, but don't worry, be happy. Cause when you worry your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry, be happy. Again, I kind of make it up a little bit, but some of the rhythms. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got nobody to make you smile, but don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Cause when you worry your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry, be happy now, or whatever you want to do at the end. I might as well just do the last verse as well. So we've got all the verses going. It's there's the little song I wrote, I hope you learned it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. In your life expect some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy now. So, I kind of don't want to labour those verses because, like I said before, it's totally up to you how you sing them and where you place those phrases. The whole thing just wants to sound really relaxed, really lazy, kind of carefree. And, you know, essentially the verses do the same thing. It's just about how you inject, I guess, whatever you want to inject of yourself into them. Let's just sing the whole thing through. There are some extra little bits here and there which I might just chuck in, and as I said before, if you want to just chuck in any extra harmonies, any extra little vocalizations, whatever they might be, throw them in. That's the idea. The only ingredient I haven't added in at the moment is any vocal percussion, which I might do this time. And again, if you want to mimic any of that, do. In fact, let's see what we've got going on here. That's a good starting point, I think. So we're going to go from the beginning. 2, 3, 4. Harmony. Don't worry, be happy now. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. So don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no place to lay my head. Somebody came and took your bed, but don't worry, be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate, but don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got nobody to make you smile. But don't worry, be happy now. When you worry, your face will frown. That will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy, be happy now. There's a little song I wrote, I hope you learned it note for note. But don't worry, be happy. Listen to what I say. In your life expect some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. So don't worry, be happy now. One more round of the chorus. One more harmony on top, why not? There we go, that's the whole song. And that's all there is to it. So it's really nice and simple, dead simple in fact. Yeah, I think we should do it again. And like I said before, now that you know what's coming with all of these ingredients, it's really, really easy. So flip between all of the parts. Feel free to sing all of them, none of them, sing the tune, whatever you want to do. But I would encourage everybody to kind of ad-lib and make some stuff up as well, because that's definitely the aim of the song. Just before we do it again, a really big thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you've enjoyed learning this song. It's been a really fun one for me. I've enjoyed putting it together. Yeah, and with all this tech stuff as well, it's been a real treat. It sort of lends itself really nicely to this kind of thing, so it's been real fun. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for singing along. I'm planning to keep this going through the summer, because I know lots of singing things are shutting down over the summer, but there will probably be 1 week where I take some time off. I'm hoping to get out of London at some point for a week, so I'll let you know when that will be. It's likely to be the end of July or early August. I haven't quite worked it out yet, but yeah, one Sunday I'll probably take off. But apart from that, I'm going to try and keep going through the summer, and hopefully people will still keep tuning in. But yeah, and on that note, if you've got songs you want to sing, let me know. I've got a bit of a back catalogue now of stuff which people have sent in, which is great, and I will try and get through them. But if you've got other things, then do send them my way, because I will try and get around to them eventually. And it's nice to have stuff that people want to sing and stuff that feels relevant to now as well. So do let me know. What else was I going to say? Can't remember. Oh yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, I've left underneath a link to something called Buy Me a Coffee where you can support this project. But I know these are difficult times for lots of people, so don't feel like you have to. But yeah, any support is much appreciated, and thanks very much to everybody who has supported week on week. It's been yeah, really helpful, so thank you for that. Okay, let's do it one more time, and at the end I'm just going to keep it going for a bit longer, and we'll just sing around that chorus a few times, add any extra harmonies, and we'll have a bit of an improvisation session. But yeah, let's start again, build the whole thing up from scratch. So we've got... Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to start that one more time because I didn't have the master volume up. Okay, here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a little song I wrote. Might wanna sing it note for note, but don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed, so don't worry. Be happy. Listen to what I say. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate, but don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry, be happy now. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got nobody to make you smile. Don't worry. Be happy. Cause when you worry your face will frown. That will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy now. There's the little song I wrote. I hope you learned it note for note, but don't worry. Be happy. Don't listen to what I say. In your life expect some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy now. There we go, there we have it. There is Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. I really hope you've enjoyed singing along and exercising your improvising muscles. But yeah, thanks for being here, thanks for singing along. Really, really nice to sing with you all on this Sunday evening. Have a great week, take good care of yourselves, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time. Yeah, that's it. Take care, thanks everybody. Do 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 do.